For nearly a decade, India believed it was becoming indispensable to the United States. Civil nuclear deal, Quad, Indo Pacific strategy, Malba exercises. Everything pointed in one direction. India was no longer just another Asian power. It was being projected as America's answer to China, a democratic counterweight, a strategic partner, a pillar of a new Asian order. But geopolitics is ruthless. Countries are not valued for what they were promised. They are valued for what they can deliver. And today, a different question is emerging. Has India lost the special place it once believed it had in Washington? I am Ali Furqan, and this is The Pivot. Let's begin with the development that received significantly little attention. Back in 2018, the Trump administration renamed the US Pacific Command as the Indo Pacific Command. This was not just a bureaucratic change. It was a political message. A strategic signal. India was being elevated. The very term Indo-Pacific placed India at the center of America's regional vision. New Delhi embraced the idea. Many Indian strategists came to believe that India had become a cornerstone of America's strategy in Asia. But fast forward today, Washington's language is changing. Its focus is changing, and perhaps its priorities are changing. Look at what dominates American strategic thinking today. Taiwan, South China Sea, semiconductors, artificial intelligence, critical minerals, supply chains, Middle East, and competition with China in the Western Pacific. Word that existed in 2018 no longer exists in 2026. America is no longer pushing a single grand strategy. It is managing multiple crises simultaneously. And when priorities change, partnerships are reassessed. That does not mean America is abandoning India, but it does mean America is looking at India differently. India's biggest challenge is not Pakistan. It is not even China. It is expectations. For years, India was encouraged to believe that it had become America's indispensable partner in Asia. But there is a problem. America wants alignment. India wants strategic autonomy. America prefers predictable alliance. India prefers flexibility. America wants partners that support its objective. India wants the freedom to pursue its own. Those goals can overlap, but they are not always the same. And that difference is becoming more visible. If anyone still doubts that Washington and New Delhi may view this relationship differently, look at what happened during the recent G7 summit. President Trump was asked about US-India defense ties. His response was revealing. Instead of delivering a formal security commitment, he turned the exchange into a light-hearted moment with Prime Minister Modi. Surprisingly, large section of Indian media presented the remarks as evidence of a strong American security guarantee. But the real story was not what Trump said. It was how he said it. Even the India-Pakistan crisis of May 2025 served as a reminder that South Asia's strategic landscape is far more complex than many assumed. For years, the dominant narrative was that Pakistan had become strategically irrelevant. That narrative did not survive contact with reality. Because shortly afterwards, During the US-Iran diplomatic process, Pakistan emerged as an important facilitator and intermediary. Think about what that means. When Washington needed channels into Tehran, Pakistan matters. When regional diplomacy required trusted mediator, Pakistan matters. The lesson is simple. In geopolitics, relevance is not permanent. It is situational. Countries matter when they are useful. And this brings us to the heart of the story. America's China strategy has evolved. In 2018, Washington believed India could become a central pillar in balancing China. In 2026, Washington is working simultaneously with Japan, Australia, South Korea, Philippines, Taiwan, and India. India is still part of the strategy, but it is no longer the strategy. It is a critical distinction because being important, it is not the same as being indispensable. And perhaps that is the adjustment New Delhi is struggling to make. Let us be clear. India remains a major economy, a major market, a military power, and an important American partner. But the geopolitical premium India enjoyed during the height of the Indo Pacific narrative appeared to be changing. World has changed, America's priorities have changed. And Washington's strategy has become broader than any one country. The real question is not whether India remains important. It does. The real question is whether India is as important as America it once believed, because importance and indispensability are not the same things. And Washington increasingly appears to understand that distinction better than New Delhi. And that is the pivot. I'm Ali Furqan. Thank you for watching.